ECKO Hotels has carved a niche for itself with a collection of thoughtfully curated properties in some of the most culturally rich and strategically significant locations. From vibrant urban centers to serene getaway destinations, each ECKO property reflects a deep understanding of its surroundings, offering guests not just a stay, but a story. Today, Travel World Online team had an interview with Mr. Perkin Rocha, founder and CEO of ECKO Hotels and Resorts. He said,
Thank you, Diksha, for having me with you. And you know, my last association with Royal Orchid ended in October 2024, and with my 25 years of industry experience, my majority time has gone under the leadership of Shri Patu Keswani Sahab and Mr. Rahul Pandit, who has who are my key mentors. Mr. Naveen Jain from Duet Hotels, Mr. Ratan Keswani. Uh, the reason I'm taking these names are because they play a very important role in shaping up what I am today and what inspired me to start ECKO. Uh, I remember, when I first joined Lemon Tree in 2004, they only had one hotel, a small hotel of 49 rooms in Udyog Vihar, Udyog Vihar Phase 5. And of course, the second hotel was coming up. This is where I joined in. And that time when we used to sit with Mr. Keswani, of course, so he used to tell us that if I can do it, you guys can all do it with the entrepreneurial journey. And I thought one day that looking at him, understanding his business dynamics, of course, I can't match his expertise. But again, whatever little I gained from him and from Mr. Rahul Pandit, Mr. Naveen Jain, Mr. Ratan Keswani. I adopted small habits and key business traits from each one of them, and then start. When I, as I said, when I last left 2004, October 2024, which was my last working day in Royal Orchid. I wanted to take a small sabbatical for 2 months and see what I wanted to do. And luckily, that time it was Diwali. So I went and met most of my owners, who joined with me, hands in shaping up Royal Orchid, what Royal Orchid is today all about, and trusted the vision, of course, of the company. And so most of them said, Perkin, if you want to do something, it's the right time because the industry is booming, industry has upsurge. So you look at doing something of your own. And so a lot of thoughts gone in between because I was in between sabbatical, family affairs. So there are a lot of things which was happening. So finally, I thought of inspiring and thinking of starting something which was very unique in nature. And whatever I've learned and imbibed from all these four gentlemen, so I thought of putting it into one place. So I started penning down a lot of thought processes, and then finally came and decided to launch our own brand called ECKO. Now, every time, of course, when you start a company, for example, the first thing is finding a right name, which is very catchy, which is very easy to pronounce. So when I say easy to pronounce, that means if I have a rickshaw puller or a taxi driver, so and if he understands the brand very well and he can pronounce very well, so the brand recall value should be there with them. So that's the level we went in, and I was with Ranjita at that time. Of course, Ranjita came on board, to help us find the right name. So we did a lot of search on names, and whenever we did a lot of search of names, things went. Domain was not available, the names were registered, and so our first 2 months was very hard because we could not have the right name. And finally, we derived at a name, of course, where we got the domain. We had the trademark and the company registration, so everything went seamlessly very well. So the whole idea behind ECKO was that we wanted to create a very lean luxury comfort for the guest. So when I talk about comfort today, when you travel, of course, guest does not look for uh, very high technology. They look for comfort in terms of a good night's sleep, a very decent and a decent breakfast. When I say decent, a sizable breakfast, and third, broadband internet. So we started working on these three concepts, and ensuring the third was to ensuring that we would give a great experience to our guests when they come in, both personally and by creating the experience to see the city around.
Okay, sir. My second question is, how would you describe the philosophy behind Eco Hotels? What sets your brand apart from other in the hospitality industry?
So I've been watching the pains of three people. One is the employees who normally work and from the way the company shapes, the owners who give you a brand, their own hotel to run, and the stakeholders. So our vision is around them basically. So vision is to ensure this company would be by the people and for the people in very short. We would understand the pain of each owner, and we would be responsible to ensure that we meet their uh, expectation in terms of revenues, in terms of what they want to make, or to define a vision of the hotel. And thirdly, the stakeholders who have invested with us. So we give them a decent return on what they invested in the company with us. So we are taking care of three majority people out here. One is our owners. Sorry, one is your people. One is your owners who trust you, who give you a brand, and thirdly is your stakeholders. Firstly, I to start the entrepreneurial journey is not easy, and for 6 7 months we have been through a lot. The challenges have been immense, but I always feel I used to tell one of my colleague, there is no fear, there is anticipation. So you really have to anticipate each move quite ahead to ensure that you overcome those issues and challenges which is coming over. The challenge is here. So if you have a right mindset, you're patient enough, uh, you're taking you're taking right decisions, and you have a right team to support you. I think you come up with a good team, with good teams develop into a good brand. Good brand comes with good owners, and good owners with good stakeholders. So as I said, so there was key challenges, of course. Of course, I said the name was a key challenge. Then uh, identify right set of vendors to work with us across with the brand standards which we are working on. And as we evolve, of course, the brand standard will again will evolve for a period of time, because things will keep on changing. We have to revolve and evaluate ourselves as we go forward. We cannot be we have to change ourselves as with time and nature. And lastly, as I said, challenges were immense, but again, the challenges are basically on your head. But again, as I said, if you're patient enough, you're taking a right step in each direction, I think you can overcome those challenges.
Mr. Rocha, I would like to ask you, while you're choosing a destination for your property, what are the basics in your mind?
So, if you see, uh, I will define your brand strategy right now, for which you understand. I think will answer your question as well. Uh, so, when we form this brand, we wanted to start and look at which tourism we want to target. So, we wanted to target religious, adventure, and leisure. So, nothing was better than Devbhoomi, because Devbhoomi has religious, has adventure, and has a leisure tourism. So when we started our finding hotels, so we looked at finding Haridwar, Rishikesh, and Tapovan right now, where we're launching 100 keys together. The whole idea basically was that when we identify right locations, we look at accessibility of the guests coming in, making sure they have right experience. For example, a property in Haridwar, I must say, of course, the property is right on the banks of Ganges. It's 80% rooms overlook Ganges. Number two, number three, it has a private ghat which is huge, and it has a rooftop restaurant which is one of its kind in the entire area there, which is again overlooking the Ganges. So it has both religious, it has both adventure there, because a lot of people go, of course, from Haridwar to Rishikesh for adventure, and then also pursue further towards Tapovan for leisure as well.
Great. You know, Indian market, either people are looking for luxury, they don't care about the money, and second is cost sensitive. We have got two segments mainly. What's your take on that?
So I'll tell you today. I've been working on this for a long time now, and what we are looking at basically is that today I think people are not looking for luxury; they're looking for comfort and experience. And today, when you travel across the industry, whether you're traveling for business, whether you travel for leisure, or whether you travel for any religious purposes. So what we're defining basically is that people look for a very lean luxury, which is not luxury, of course, but again, they're looking for comfort, they're looking for cleaning, hygiene. So this is what they're looking at. And today, if I see there are about a lack of hotel rooms being developed in India. 80% is being developed into a mid scale to an upper upscale. So this is what we're looking at to target our all customers as well, and on our guests as well.
How many rooms you have by now, and what's your target this year or by next year? Let's say it that way.
So currently we already have three hotel, of course, which we're launching. I think by first week of May, with 100 keys. The whole idea is to have at least 10 hotels signed by end of this year in Uttarakhand, of course, and other parts of the city. Our first take is that we're looking at to look at all religious destinations and then move towards also business districts, uh, which is like Delhi, Mumbai, Pune, Chennai, Hyderabad, and then gradually move towards leisure destinations. When I say leisure, towards hills basically. But however, of course, if we get an opportunity which will look at more desirable to do it at a leisure destination, we will look at doing it in right now as well. But currently, of course, the take is that we're looking at more of religious destinations across and business districts.
Eco Hotel has been recognized for its strong focus on guest experience and sustainability. How do you integrate these values into day-to-day operations?
So Diksha, what we basically is doing out here is, uh, of course, as we have right in the middle of the formation, of course, we are looking when it comes to sustainable aspects. We are ensuring that we are eliminating all the plastics from the hotel, so that and we are doing all the glass bottles. So for that, we are setting up a glass bottling plant, which will cater to the needs of all these three hotels, because all the three hotels are within the radius of between 30 to 40 minutes. Number one. Number two is uh, all our guest amenities, which are toothbrush, comb, even shaving brush. What we're looking at is looking at of bamboo, which we're going to be implementing, and gradually, of course, as we grow, we want to ensure that in terms of saving electricity, of course, what we're doing is we'll be eliminating all the mini bars from the hotel, because today, if I personally feel that minibar is one item, of course, which is used very less by the guest. It's also an expense to the owners, and secondly, of course, is also consume electricity, and of course, an ongoing operating expenses. So we were looking at doing that. So as I said, when I say how we want to get implement those into our day-to-day operations, one is of course by customer experience, making sure we are very simple. We are not into we're not creating, we're not very simple and uncomplicated brand. Making sure that the operation aspects are very easy for all the employees. Number three is our owners and stakeholders are very happy with what the performance which normally do. And thirdly, of course, is to ensure that our cost ratios are very minimal, to ensure that to give us high profitability and returns.
Okay. The hospitality industry has evolved dramatically after post-pandemic. How has Eco Hotel adapted to changing guest expectations?
So, post pandemic, Diksha, if you see, our country has 80%, uh, has 18% domestic tourism across India right now. The whole idea, of course, is for us is that to ensure that we capture the domestic market very strongly going forward. and this will be done by our offline sales presence across India and online. And thirdly, is through your very strong marketing and Facebook, digital marketing network. So this is what we want to be targeting for ECKO. And as I said, we would be getting into a very asset light model very soon. So what we are doing basically is that we are trying to create a very robust sales network across India, which is offline, followed by online, and then a marketing platform.
Can you share any upcoming projects or new destination planning to explore?
So we would look at very soon announcing Jim Corbett. We will be very soon looking at announcing Noida and Gurgaon, because we are in advanced stages of our discussion and closing it. In some of cases, we already have signed the term sheet. We're looking at signing up the main agreement, which is signed after the term sheet. And so these will be three projects will be announced very soon. Then something, of course, which we are working very immensely, of course, which is going to be a second part of a business model, which we'll announce probably by end of June, which is going to be a huge news for the industry, and something very unique which we're working on. So you have to wait for that. So as you asked, so these are three projects which are which we're looking at closing it within a month's time, and then moving towards Mata Vaishno Devi, Devghar, which is Baba Baidyanath Dham, Shirdi. We already there, as I mentioned to you. As I said, so all these locations will be upcoming and very soon, and you'll hear from us or Ranjita very soon in terms of announcements.
Are you considering partnership or collaboration either in India internationally to expand your brand presence?
Yes. So as I said, I was our Nepal and Bhutan connections are very strong. So what we're looking at basically is uh, to target Bhutan as a neighboring country very soon, because we already have identified some property. We are in a initial stage of discussions. Nepal, I think, is going to be a prominent advantage for all of us to get into that market. So we're looking at least getting into the capital Kathmandu, and then exploring other parts of Nepal. And then on, of course, as we explore it. But currently, of course, I would say that, as a country, of course, India has huge opportunities, so we're looking at those opportunities. Why I name Bhutan and Nepal? Because I want to be targeting strategic growth myself within the company. That's going to be my key role, and apart from raising capital going forward. Nepal and Bhutan is something, of course, I have, as a company, we have huge connects, and we look at doing a right partnership very soon.
What's your marketing strategy?
So, as I said, all our three hotels is going to be experiential hotels. So marketing will play a very key role. So we have defined our parameters right from bloggers, influencers, um, Google marketing, Facebook, Instagram, and even as a LinkedIn as well. So, of course, as I said, Ranjita and team will be driving the entire efforts of marketing, and I have no doubt they'll do a very good job. So, we have collaborated with CIL, Parminder, who's again a young founder, a very sharp mind. So, we'll be working with him on all our marketing aspects. So, two sharp minds working with one experienced industry holder. I'm sure there'll be some great things happening. So we want to do something very different, and as I said, our market collectors are already out. You must see some video which has come out which has come out fantastically very well, which touches both emotionally and religiously. And so as I said, with these two great minds like Ranjita and Parminder, with as I said, with my experience, of course, we'll do something great in terms of marketing. So we have a huge plan, and we have invested immensely in marketing. And going forward, it's going to be the whole idea is to immense strongly in technology as well.
Great. And you know why I was asking you? You are working mainly on B2B or working with OTAs?
So we are working B2B as well. We are working with consolidators. We are working with we are working with all the corporates as well. We are working with MICE. We are working with wedding planners, because Hyderabad as a place, if you see, uh, we're trying to create something, a very unique niche segment for very upscale wedding. Why I'm saying Haridwar? Because as I said, we are right on the Ganges. We have a private ghat. So if somebody wants to do a very auspicious wedding on the ghats of Ganga, so we have all the facilities. We have a huge restaurant. When I say restaurant is huge, to cater to almost around 80 to 100 people there. And at one time we can do, in with all the rooms combined, we can cater on double occupancy to, roughly about 100 people. If somebody wants to have a more room, of course, we have hotels right next to us where we can help them to build more hotels.
Mhm.
So as I said, we are targeting all B2B agents. Yes, we are targeting OTAs. We are targeting all consolidators across India who mainly do this. Who captures Haridwar, Rishikesh, and Tapon. And as I said, going forward also, one thing which skipped my mind is that we are looking at targeting Kedarnath and Badrinath next year. So that's on the cards, and which I'm sure which we'll be able to give you a good news very very soon.
Great. Thank you very much for sparing
Thank
time.
you, thank you so much.
We
Thank you,
appreciate
and
it.
thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
very much.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaskar.
You are watching Travel World Online.